And from a meeting with our team in Iraq and in the field, and we just wanted to make a brief comment about the Armenian Genocide resolution that is before the House of Representatives Foreign Affairs Committee today. We are all in agreement that the passage of this resolution would be very destabilizing to our efforts in the Middle East, very destabilizing to our efforts in Iraq and Afghanistan, because Turkey, as an important strategic ally, is very critical in supporting the efforts that we're making in these crucial areas. I just want to note that General Petraeus and Ambassador Crocker brought up the issue of this Armenian Genocide resolution, as did Admiral Fallon, and asked that we do everything that we could to make certain that it does not pass. I'm going to turn to Secretary Gates, but let me just say that this is not because the United States fails to recognize the terrible tragedy of 1915, the mass killings that took place there. In fact, President Bush has spoken about this issue repeatedly throughout his presidency. We have encouraged the Turkish government to work with the Armenian government to put together a way to overcome and reconcile these this horrible past and these terrible differences. We believe that there is some improvement in Turkish-Armenian relations. So this is not to ignore what was a really terrible situation, and we recognize the feelings of those who want to express their concern and their disdain for what happened many years ago. But the passage of this resolution at this time would indeed be very problematic for everything that we're trying to do in the Middle East, because we are very dependent on a good Turkish strategic ally to help with our efforts. And maybe I could turn to Secretary Gates for a couple of comments.
Just a word or two. The reason that the commanders raised this issue is our heavy dependence on Turkey in terms of resupply in Iraq. About 70% of all air cargo going into Iraq goes through Turkey. About a third of the fuel that they consume goes through Turkey or comes from Turkey. They believe clearly that access to airfields and to the roads and so on in Turkey would be very much put at risk if this resolution passes and the Turks react as strongly as we believe they will. Just one other small fact is that as you know, we're airlifting these MRAPs, these mine-resistant ambulance-protected vehicles right now into Iraq. 95% of those MRAPs going into Iraq right now are being flown in through Turkey. And so our heavy dependence on the Turks for access is really the reason the commanders raised this and why we're so concerned about the resolution. Thank you.
Thank you very much.